Welcome to Sunshine Cathedral's Queer God Squad. It's Monday, May 25th, 2026. I am Bishop Darrell Watkins, the Senior Minister of the Sunshine Cathedral for the Queer God Squad. Join me today and most days are Bishop Robert Griffin, Reverend Dr. Ann Atwell, and Reverend Kevin Tisdall. Visit sunshinecathedral.org to learn more about us.
Queer God Squad was created by Hotspots Happening Now to support our mission to explore the value of faith in the LGBTQ community.
There is no streaming TV show like this in the entire world. In 2026, we are celebrating the 41st anniversary of Hotspots magazine, with Queer News Tonight sharing over 14,000 stories and 12 million views so far.
We are the largest nonprofit LGBTQ media organization in America, and we encourage you to support our mission to inform, entertain, and educate our community and allies. This is the Sunshine Cathedral Perspective. The Mormon leader's son secretly ruled Utah's drag scene. To modern audiences, the story of Brigham Morris Young sounds like a contemporary twist on historical legacy. He was the son of Brigham Young, the second president of the LDS Church, and a celebrated drag artist. Performing under the pseudonym Madame Pattirini from 1885 into the 1990s, Morris captivated Utah audiences with a convincing falsetto, elaborate gowns, and a remarkably sustained female persona. Many attendees had no idea Pattirini was actually a man. While today's observers often retroactively label him a quote-unquote drag queen, his performances existed within the mainstream, widely accepted theatrical conventions of the late Victorian era, rather than modern gender advocacy. Still, Morris lived a fascinating dual life. He was both a dedicated church leader who helped found the Young Men's Organization and a pioneering stage performer whose theatrical flair left an unforgettable mark on Utah's cultural history. Darn it if I don't like this story. Oh my gosh. We learned so much about people in our distant past, and we realized that, wow, we're not a lot different from them. We have the same kinds of ideas, we have the same kinds of activities, and we have the same kind of hiding. But not young Morris. Not young Morris was out there in his drag, doing his thing, making people feel good about themselves. And I think that if they wanted to move back and retroactively relabel him, he wouldn't let it. He was his own person, and he led a church. Did you see that? I remember when I started thinking about becoming a part of clergy, I wondered if the world was ready for gay clergy. Come to find out, we've always been here. And that Troy Perry took the time to make a place for us at the table is something that I am grateful for. And I'm sure that young Morris was grateful that he was able to express himself as often as he could. I'd have loved to see that child in heels.
Naming is important. Naming is, when you choose a name, it says something about you. And, or maybe a transition in your life, or one time in Fort Worth, Texas, a couple of us were riding it, it started to rain. But it was a gentle rain. And someone said, "Oh, look, it's just misting rain." And I said, "You know what? If I was a drag queen, that'd be my name. It'd be Misty Rain." And the first time I ever performed in drag, I was Misty Rain.
Nice. Nice.
Because, so it means something. It goes back to a thing that happened, or a thing that you feel, or a thing that you want. And so I wonder why he became Madame Pattirini. I don't know what that name means. I don't know if there was a famous person in history. I don't know if it was a poet or an Italian clown, or I don't know. But I doubt that he just picked that out of the air. Naming is important. I bet if we took the time to look down somebody else named Pattirini, we might learn something about this character he created. And so there's that. I also love the idea of latter-day drag. That's fun. And and I'm glad he felt good. I'm glad he felt good about it. I hope he felt pretty. because what I saw of him, he was hideous, but I hope he felt pretty, because that's what's important. As long as you feel good, and he didn't seem pretty to me, but he did seem content. He seemed like he was all in it. Like, look at me, y'all, and that does make you beautiful when you feel that good about yourself. So, and he also shows that wholeness. Like, first of all, we start out in the embryonic stage, we're all female, and then half of us develop into something else. We transition, as it were, and so we all have feminine and masculine aspects about us. So some swing way more to one way and way more to the other. Some of us, the non-binary, they're more in the central. But that drag performance reveals who we are, and it also shows that all of us are a little bit of everything. And so that he was showing that being made in the divine image means having masculine and feminine traits, and being able to display that also takes a bit of courage, a bit of faith. So this is a fun story. I bet beyond that, if I heard his sermons, I probably wouldn't enjoy his theology very much. But that this is a part of American church history is fascinating. I'm glad we're sharing it.
Madame Pattirini, I love that, and I love that we are everywhere. Even in the LDS Church over 100 years ago, we have Madame Pattirini.
Second generation.
Exactly. We are everywhere.
And we can read the history of what the LDS has done with the gay community over the years, but I like the fact that this story has been highlighted to reclaim their roots in history and reconciliation around that. And I think this is a wonderful story. I was just sitting there thinking about maybe his grandmother was a madam, I'm just playing with different images.
Robert went,
His grandmother.
Bennett Minton is this more than.
I was like, maybe his grandmother was, maybe this is deeper than what we really know, because if you get behind this name, you're gonna find out other parts of his story and the family story. Like, my grandma was a madam, and she was the one I loved before they became Mormon. So hook it up. You go, girl. You go, girl.
But did you see? I said he wasn't very pretty, but did you see? He took it seriously. Like, that hair was done. That face was beat. That gown was gorgeous.
That would have been the dress of the day. That would have been the style of the day.
I went back and looked at pictures, and that child never stepped out of the house unless she was right.
And historical note, you notice she painted like a woman.
Right.
Drag performers didn't start painting like a queen. We call a queen until 70s, 80s. For the early days of drag until pretty recently, the thought was to be, yes, an illusion, but it was to be a realistic illusion. It wasn't until much more recently that the eyebrows up to here and it became sort of a mask. But in the old days, you wanted to be as real as possible, and he painted like a woman and not like a queen.
And I bet Mama helped him. Well, I have to believe Mama helped
Somebody
him.
had to, right?
Somebody had to.
Interesting.
And that's today with the Queer God Squad. Thank you for joining the Queer God Squad today. We are here daily at 3 p.m. to have some fun and to discuss what our LGBTQ community is talking about. Please like and share this and other episodes of the Queer God Squad. Sunshine Cathedral is the world's leading progressive queer church. Progressive, queer, and God are words that naturally should go together. Remember that we're all in this together. Also remember, you are God's miracle, not God's mistake. Until next time, we are the Queer God Squad.